Hello, I'm having a project sort out. So I thought I'd show you some things that I've finished, some things that I'm going to be taking with me to work on when I go away, and some things that I'll just have to go back in the cupboard for another time. So this is the first thing that is completely finished. It is the baby Amish quilt that I was working on. I've done a video on this already, and it's for a baby for next month. So consequently, I've had to quilt it on the machine, which isn't as enjoyable. And when I say that, it's just because I'm not very good at quilting on the machine, even though it was straight lines with a walk-in foot. But it's finished and ready to be gifted. Another recent little finish is this, what do you call it? Like it's an old, you know the things that you put on your, like a little tablecloth for drawers or something. What they used to have before though, I bought this from the second-hand shop, about maybe €2 or something. Like they didn't have any of the threads in there, but everything was already traced out. So this was just bought on pure impulse. It was made with pure pleasure. I really enjoyed doing it, and it's finished. So that's lovely. Another quick finish was this little knitted bag that was requested from my 9-year-old. I wanted to make her a little bum bag, and she said, well, what I would like is you to knit me a bag like you have. Because I knit myself with some scrap wool a good few years ago, an ugly little knitted bag. And I think she's just intrigued by it because I have some photos and old papers in and things, and she just wanted something similar, she said. So, and you never hear the end of it, do you? So I thought I'd better get that done. Little buttonhole, quick finish. So now on to works in progress. I've got 2 of these on the go at different stages. These are for 2 of my granddaughters. So I've got this one that needs borders put on. Therefore, I'm not going to take that with me to work on because I'll have to decide what I want for a border. And then I've got this one that is, the quilt top's completed and I've just got to quilt it. But because I need the hoop, I'm not going to take it with me because it's just too much, too heavy. So I am quilting this with some pearled cotton pearly. First time I've ever used this for actually quilting anything with. Just talking to the ladies at Patchwork group, I just decided that that's what I was going to do, give it a go. And so I'm enjoying this. Oh, and then I just remembered that wasn't the only thing that I finished making to take with me when I go away. So I'm going to my mum's, so, you know, and the shop's in England, but I do like to have things to put other things in. So these I'm using, I made with the upholstery, second-hand upholstery samples. And I'm pleased that I use this for that because these particular ones, I really like the patterns on the outside, but when you stitch it, it's really sticky inside. So it made a mess of my machine, it made a mess of my needle. And so I'm really pleased that I just made these small projects with it. So I was going to put all my sketching pencils and like this is art supply stuff. So it was just a very basic thing. It's not lined or anything. It's just to keep things together. And then I made a second one just for my paints, a really easy one, not lined either. Same thing. And then some drawstring bags for putting projects in. Very quick makes. So these are for some sewing projects that I'm doing. And I made some bigger ones that I'm going to use for, like as a, you know, one for dirty clothes, one for keeping underwear together, that kind of thing. So just very quick projects, but useful things that replace plastic bags and things that are reusable again and again. So this is a project that I've been working on throughout a few months at Patchwork, the Patchwork group. And I'm not going to take it with me, I've decided, because so I keep everything in this bag because every time I go to patchwork, I forgot a pair of scissors or something. I've not been organised. So I keep it all in this bag and go with this bag each time. And I've decided not to take it with me because it's nearly finished, really. There's not that much more to work on apart from getting it quilted. So I've asked the advice of all the ladies at Patchwork. This is why I like doing things in groups, because you can discuss it, can't you? So I'd started with these hexagons in the middle that I'd done a while ago, and I didn't know where I was going with it. It's one of these things, I'm always doing this, just wanting to feel some material in my hands. So I'd started with these hexagons until I got a little bit bored with the hexagons, put the red border on, and then put this pink stripy border on that, and decided that I was going to try and get better at doing applique. So I'm still not fantastic at applique, but I do like the overall effect of the leaves and the flowers. But I've only got literally I think one flower to do, so there's no point in taking it. I'll just put this back in the cupboard and continue when I start going to Patchwork Club again, because everything shuts here over summer. So I am considering taking this away with me because it's easy and light to stitch on. I started these little, what would you call them, squares, stars, these blocks. I started these blocks a while ago, not really knowing where I was going with it. And this is really nice, fancy fabric from a proper, from the Patchwork shop. And it's really nice. I think is it called Art Gallery? I'll have to look it up. I'm not quite sure what it's called. And I just started doing these blocks with this Marty Michelle set number letter N. And I can't remember. I think I possibly bought this from a second-hand sewing fair. And I just really enjoy doing it. So I did a few squares, and then I tried putting plain squares in between the squares, and it just looked like I couldn't be bothered to kind of finish them off. So I'm not sure where I'm going with it. I'm just going to make more blocks. I did manage to buy more of the darker material, but there was no green left. But I do have some bits and pieces, so more blocks can be made. The next work in progress is from this book, Mille Fleuries. It's the first book that she did. Hammerstein book. I've seen her work up close, and it is absolutely gorgeous at a quilting exhibition. And it looks like it's kind of origami. As I was getting closer, I was just like, what is this? What is this? Then I realised it was her exhibition. So this is the quilt. Passacaglia? I don't know how you say it. But I've been working on this for quite some time because it comes out, gets stitched on, and then goes back into the cupboard for quite some time. And actually, maybe one of the reasons that it's taken quite a while is I started two of them. So this is the one that I did in wax material that I am enjoying immensely. That I'm nearly finished. So she cuts it up into kind of quarter pieces. So this quarter piece is nearly finished, which is why I'm thinking of taking it with me, because I would be extremely pleased at getting a piece finished. And I already have loads of bits cut out, and it's light, it's portable, you can work on it anywhere. I think I will be taking this with me. And this is the second quilt. It was actually started before the other one, but yeah. Again, this is nearly finished, this quarter piece, so I might take it with me, and this is easier for me to work on because I have more choice of material because I'm not limiting myself to wax. So again, a light project, doesn't take up much room, they're enjoyable. I think I'll take them both. Now, can I just say, that I would have stuck this in my suitcase to get it finished, because this is a quick knit and I've already knit one sock, and it's July here, but it's actually miserable and raining, which it has been for about 2 weeks. And I wore this sock yesterday because it was nice and cozy, and I thought, right, I'm walking around with one sock on, I'd like to get the other one knit up and finished so I can wear both socks. And then when I got it out the bag, thinking, oh, there's a bit of paper in, so the pattern's there, and it's not the pattern at all. I don't even know what it is. So word to future self, be a bit more organised in the future. Right, last couple of projects that are a must take because I'm working on them now is this dictionary of stitches. This is a bit of a stitch along going on here at YouTube with Christine from Create and Craft with Christine. She's showing stitches from the A to Z of embroidery stitches. And this is something that I'd wanted to do for quite a while, but I would never have done it on my own. So that's fantastic that she's doing this. Look at this cute little bouillon stitch teddy bear. And so I've still got to finish, I'm behind. I've still got to finish the B stitches. But I've already got some pages prepared. I was going to do it in like a book format. So it's something that you get out every couple of days or at the weekend and add a few stitches to. And then the last project is this book inspired by Marion's World's fabric book. This is I'm gonna use it a bit like a sketchbook, but for textiles. So I was going to try and prepare some pages that I can stitch on later on, and then take my little bag with some sequins and beads and things, scrappy bits. So that's another thing to be taken with me, popped in the bag. So since we won't be going out very much, I will have things to be doing, and maybe my mum could do some as well. What do you think, Mum? She's a bit nervous of me bringing everything but the kitchen sink to a house. But I can't possibly just work on one project at a time. And these are all light and not very messy. Come on now, they're not that messy, Mum. Right. Well, thank you so much for watching.